Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Um, Feel free to jump in the chat, um, ask any questions about the solution. Want to introduce myself. My name is Mike Stattelman. I'm the CEO of FalconsAI. With us, we have Nizam, who is the CTO of FalconsAI, and kind of wanted to give a brief introduction of why we're doing this and what the kind of gist of it is, right? So what we've kind of done is obviously we're in the computer vision space. Our models are fairly popular, I'll say. So this is kind of the model we're known for, the NSFW image detection. As you can see, we've got over 95 million downloads in the last 30 days. Our total downloads, you can go down here and see, we're at 929 million all time. So that's kind of why we started pushing into this space, is to legitimately do AI for good. Another thing that from us, you can go to our website, check us out. We're available on LinkedIn, YouTube channel, Hugging Face, Instagram, GitHub, SoundCloud, Twitch, Pinterest. So we're kind of like all over the place. And the whole intent, like I said, for us is AI for good, to actually get some protective AI out there into the space. There's a lot of people doing it, but I don't think there's enough people doing it. But I'm not going to waste a bunch of time going through all of that. I just want to introduce you to Nizam, who's actually going to give you a brief walkthrough of the TALON robustness solution, or model robustness solution. And Nizam, I will kick it over to you.
All right, so let me share my screen. So myself Nizamuddin, and I'm the CTO of FalconsAI. I'll be giving you a walkthrough of how to use Talon. So let me see. All right.
There it is. There we go.
Are you able to see it now?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay.
Let's try to shrink it.
So this is our Talon. We have hosted it in beta.falcons.ai. Anyone can go there and they'll be able to see the same that we see right now. I'll give you a small walkthrough of how to use this Talon. We have, when you open, you'll be able to see like there is a section which is called read important disclaimer. This is the disclaimer before you use. So we have described what are the things that we are responsible of and stuff. We are taking care of the data privacy. There is no warranty and legal compliances and all these things. We are not taking any responsibility. Now you have to click I understand and accept before we start to use the platform. Now, these are the stuffs that we have to put to test the models. So when you say model path, you can go to Hugging Face and you can just open models in Hugging Face. Give me a second, let it load. And right now we support any computer vision models, which is hosted in Hugging Face. So you can filter it by clicking the image classification model. So here you can see about 20,000 models. So you can choose any model from here. Let me give you an example. So I'm going to choose this ResNet 18. Here,
we can't, Nizam, we can't see your HF screen.
All right. 1 second. It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, there we go.
So in Hugging Face, when you go to the models, you'll be able to filter out any image classification models by clicking image classification from here. So we have around 20,000 models. You can see that 19,688 models we have hosted. These are public models. You can choose any of the model. And if you want to host or just your own model, you can host it to Hugging Face, make it public, and you can use that model. Now, let me give you a test. Let's choose this food model by Natro. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to copy the name of the model. So what I'll do is like I'll copy and I'll paste the name of the model over here. Now, we have to put a starting label. which is going to be the first prediction or highest confidence of the model when you put an image. So, for example, let's say in this case, if you choose this food model, you can check it by putting the image that you want to test. So, I have put one hamburger image to check it, and you can see that this is the highest confident label, right? So what we're gonna do is like we can copy this hamburger that is the highest confidence label and paste it over here. Now, this is a long process. The testing is like a long process. It's going to take from 2 minutes to sometimes it's like 15 minutes. So it's depending on the size of the model, right? So what we're going to do is like you can put your email address here, and we will be sending.
Nizam, you have to switch back.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Starting label. So here I've put the label that I got from Hugging Face, and that is going to be our starting label. Now we are going to send the report as to your email address. So also, if you want to wait in the platform, you can wait until the process is finished, and you can download it from there. But it's going to be easy. Like sometimes the model testing will take more than 15 minutes because it is depending on the size of the model, right? So it's better to put the email address, and you have to put it there. Now I'm going to choose the image, same image that I've chosen from for the Hugging Face to check the starting label. That's all you have to do. So once you have all these fields filled, you just have to click Initialize Analysis, and it's going to do the testing. So now in this page, you can stay in this page to see like how much of the progress, to see the progress and stuff. You can see like the model is initializing. Now it is loading the model from the Hugging Face. So it's downloading a model. It's depending on the size of the model. If it is larger, it's going to take more time to download the model. And it's going to load the model. Then we have all the steps that you can see. You don't have to stay in this page. You can close it. For instance, I'll show you how it's going to work, once you close it. So I've closed this page, and I'm going to open the same page again. So every time, let me share the screen one more time. All right. So I have closed that tab, and I've opened it back again. So still, it is persisting. Like it's going to save your task ID locally, and you'll be able to see the same progress that you've been doing. Now, as you can see, the process has finished. You will receive the report in your email. At the same time, you'll be able to download the model, the report from here as well. So let's try to download this report. All right, I have downloaded it. And this is the report. So for the model, Nate raw food, we have used a hamburger image. So the score that our TALON model give is 52. Let's see why it is 52. So we have one critical vulnerability and one high vulnerability, then 3 low vulnerabilities. That is the reason why we have 52 out of 100. So in detail, if you go to the bottom of the report page, you can see test result summary. For FGSM, fast gradient sign method, we have a vulnerability level of high, which is not good. So that means like for this CSCV model, you have to focus your data set or you have to add more images which has a fast gradient sign method. And PGD, it is good, which is low. That is a good response. And Carolini Wagner attack, it is also critical. That means like if anyone want to attack the model using Carolini Wagner attack, it's going to be critical. So that means like you have to add more images in the training using these adversarial images. Contrast and blur, these are low. That means like in that term, this image has very low vulnerability. So you can see a radar graph over here of the result, and you can see even more detailed analysis at the very bottom of the page. We have, in this case, if GSM case, you can see that just 5 steps, and we were able to break the model. That means like it is very vulnerable for FGSM attack. You can even see like at what point the model broken. So you can see the image. This is the original image, and this is adversarial image that we have. We have PGD attack analysis. It is good. Actually, it went up to 50 steps. Then we have CW attack. Also, it broken at 7th step, which is very bad. So we have to add like the model trainer. Like if you're fine tuning whatever it is, you have to add more images, which has a CW
Correct.
adversarial.
More CW adversarial images into your training
Yeah.
data, right?
Yeah, and at the end you can see like contrast attack also, like it is good, even though like we have reached 30. That means like still the model were able to recognize the image as the original image, or the hamburger in this case. Now at the blur also, like we were able to reach 20, and still the model predicted as the same label, which is a good one. So that is how you use this platform.
Right.
You have any questions? And also you will
No, I mean,
receive the
no,
report to your email as well. Okay.
no. I mean, I think it's good. I think part of us delivering this solution out is because this is something that we use,
Mhm.
and so as Nizam spoke to previously, you know, in our training pipeline to ensure that our models have this robustness, this is something that we have built in actually to our training pipeline, and we kind of figured like hey, developers could use this to kind of that way they don't have to rebuild this entire solution or
Yeah.
build this for themselves to test other models that they want to pull like off the, let's just say, off the shelf, off the Hugging Face shelf, right, to use for their own adversarial testing, just to make sure that they're deploying, or that they're fine tuning a model that comes with some adversarial robustness already built into it, right? And so I think that's
Yeah.
kind of for us one of the ways that we could just kind of leverage these tools to kind of enhance the safety and robustness of the models that we deploy. One of the solutions that we were talking about prior to this call was the ability for students and junior engineers to kind of leverage this, is to use this in their own capacity, for their own models, or for clients, or things like that. So I think for us it's more along the lines of you know gathering questions of where do you see the value in a solution like this? Would you use it? Would you recommend it? And if so, how much do you think is appropriate to pay for a model or a solution like this, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think those are our base questions. Um,
And to add
I
to what
think that.
Michael has been saying, sorry.
Go
So
ahead. No,
we
no, no. Go
have
ahead.
our first NSFW model that is the number one model in Hugging Face. We have been training for a latest better model. So this is one of the solution that we found, that we built to make our data set better, to create a better model. And it has been very useful for us. So we thought like, why not? Everybody can take use of that.
Correct. No, I think that's a good point to echo is a lot of people don't realize when you're deploying these models that there are vulnerabilities, right? And not from a internal side, like those always exist, data poisoning, things like that. When you
Yeah.
start getting into the LLM space, which we don't get into, but I think too another primary point that we should highlight is why we're in the computer vision space. So if you look at the common theme in the AI space now is the hype cycle busting, things like that. Well, I think that's only relevant when it comes to the LLM or the agentic space. But the one thing is for sure is computer vision is here, and I don't feel like at any time soon the computer vision bubble is going to pop. I think maybe there are others, you know, but computer vision is not dependent on OpenAI. It's not dependent on Claude or Anthropic or Perplexity or whoever, right? So if you look at the wide range of applications of specific task specific computer vision models, they're not market dependent. Autonomous vehicles can't use LLMs, right? The response time is just not fast enough, or multimodal models, right? The response time is not fast enough when you start getting into those critical situations. Drones for object detection, security cameras, object detection, things like that. And as Bobby spoke to previously, Even OCR from the perspective of computer vision OCR, the post office has been using the USP post office has been using OCR for over 2 decades now. So it's not really computer vision is not really going to go anywhere, or I don't think it's impacted by the actual bubble, right? And so I think a safe place, and why we kind of focus on this is because computer vision is here to stay, and it's only going to get better and better and better. And so it's incumbent upon us to make sure that our models are more and more robust, more and more secure. Nizam, you're showing the leaderboard. You want to walk through that?
Yeah, so we have a leaderboard of all the models that are tested using Talon. So you can see that over here. We have so far, this is right now just we deployed, right? So we have so far 9 model tested, and out of this 9 models, we have made around 17 total analysis. So it's going to be like with different images. Maybe there's a chance that people have uploaded multiple images or different images for a single model. So here you can see at the top we have FalconsAI, we have Senator. This is a model, and you can see the score of 80, which is good, but only number of tests is a single one. Also over here we can see a leaderboard. Whichever model has the highest score is going to lead to the top. So it's live. When we do the test, you guys, when you do the test, it's gonna update at that time.
Right.
So
And so I think that's another great analysis from the perspective of, if we go, this is something that's also not available. This information is not available to developers, right? Because a lot of the models on HF are not being tested for robustness. So this gives you another level of due diligence when it comes to your model selection for your applications, whether it's for fine tuning them, or just launching live into production. You can have the data to back it up of why you chose this given model for this given task. So no, I think this is spectacular. So I don't know. I mean, I think we're good to go. So if there's no more questions, Nizam, you want to go ahead and kick off the demo, or
yeah,
I'm sorry, not the demo, but yep. So if you go to that link right now, you can actually start testing out the application. Like I said, or like Nizam said, all the models have to be available on Hugging Face. It is a specific computer vision model testing solution. So, feel free to have at it, run your tests. Please let us know in the chat any feedback you may have. Also, so for the top 2, we'll just go ahead and do 2. For the top 2 most, I guess, valuable feedback we get, whether it's a use case, or a fix, or a comment, or something that we could take to make the application better. The top 2, our CO will reach out to you and offer you a prize of, we'll say, 200 dirham, right, for the top 2 most valuable feedbacks that we get on this solution. So kind of just to incentivize you to use it, test it, and let us know how you want it fixed, or what you think would make this easier, what would make it more seamless, this, that, and the other. We were looking into batch processing, so before anybody asks about testing multiple models at once, we were looking into that, but this is just kind of current state right now. We wanted to get feedback where we are on this, and what you think from a dev perspective, from a usability, functionality, feasibility perspective. So once again, if you all want to go ahead and jump over to the beta.falcons.ai URL. This solution is live now. Nizam, can you show them?
yeah.
Yep. So the solution's live. Jump in there, start testing away. Like I said, any feedback you have, if you can use it, if you can just go ahead and post it in the chat, that would be spectacular. And thank you for your time. We will be monitoring the chat. I will be jumping back on from time to time, but we're going to go ahead and go away and let you get to it on the chat side of things, or on the testing side of things. And there you have it. Thank you again, everyone. Like I said, feel free to reach out. We are available on the chat at any time. Let us know what you think. hammer away at it, test as many models as you want, and let us know. Obviously, here's a cheat code for you if you want to use this for a current project that you may have. If that model is available on Hugging Face, whether it's a work or school project, now's the time to get it in, and you can provide a comprehensive robustness report and have it ready for whoever on Monday morning. And
Yeah.
you're shining as an AI engineer because you're looking beyond typical data science, architect, train, test, deploy. So you're adding another layer into your scope of things. So there you have it. So we'll be checking back in once every 10 minutes. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to jump in. Nizam, you got anything else?
That's all. Feel free to send if you find any errors. The idea is like you guys test it and update us. We are looking for feedbacks. So if you have any errors, if you have any questions, feel free to chat and we'll be responding back.
Correct. All right. Thank you, everyone. Great day, everybody. I just wanted to bring in somebody you're all familiar with from the Coders HQ and the DDS community. This is Isham. Isham, you ran into an error with the testing, you were saying?
It's echoing 2 times.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm able to hear my voice also 2 times and your voice also.
Oh, you must be getting feedback. You might want to mute your Twitch stream.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay.
Okay, so I was testing right now and I got this error.
Okay, you should be able to share your screen if you're.
Yeah, I will share my screen.
Okay.
1 second. Share screen. TALON. Is my screen visible?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm using Resonate 18.
Okay.
Okay, I'll pass like this, right? And then cat show initialize. So now till here it is fine. And then I'm getting this error. Yeah, it's gone
Okay.
very fast.
Okay. Okay, not a problem. Nizam, did you catch that error? Let me
Yeah,
grab
I
Nizam
will
in.
share you the screenshot.
Perfect.
All right.
Isham's going to
So
share us a screenshot. You see that error, Nizam?
I wasn't able to. Actually, most of the time this error comes when the label is wrong. Like you have to give the actual label, the first confident label.
Okay, so
Yeah, so I gave
Isham,
this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you can choose a cat
Yeah, I'm
photo.
choosing
All
cat.
right.
Okay. Then I'm clicking on initial analysis. Okay, see this? And this error I'm getting.
So because it is motor scooter, that image as recognized as motor scooter. Actually, it was there. So you can try
Okay,
using
this
the
is
name.
yeah, the
Yeah.
real cat. I was trying AI cat actually.
Because that image recognized as a motor scooter.
Okay, sure. I'll try again right now.
Nizam, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying it again. WebP supported, right?
Yes.
Okay. Initialize analysis.
Should work if it is.
There you go.
So that's finished. Yeah.
Perfect.
Because the other image, it recognized the ResNet 18, I believe we were using.
Yeah,
So
those are
that image recognized as a motor scooter.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll be able to see the report on your email as well.
So any thoughts on the report or
80 out of 100.
the look?
fast gradient method. This thing is contrast.
So Isham, can you show the report on the screen? Can you share that?
Oh, okay. Sure. I need. Okay. I realized that. Okay, I need to change my screen. 1 second.
Yeah.
Now it is visible, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the report. Test results is this.
Yeah. Resonance are good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Deep visualization. Detailed result. Steps required this much. This application is pretty fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
We have 24 GB of VRAM, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the
Oh,
dev
nice,
server.
nice.
So yeah, this is the dev server. So it's not going to be, this is not the server that
Snap.
will be
Yeah.
launching it on production. So it'll be much faster in production, much more
Nice.
snappy. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm
Great.
wondering why Nizam. It looks like the calculations. Isham, if you can scroll back up.
Yep.
So if you look at the step is 1, it says steps required. That should be for it to be low. Nizam,
That's
shouldn't it be
top.
much higher?
I think there's something wrong with the WebP because it is not repeating the number of steps. The
Right.
image.
Okay. Can
Yeah.
you try? That's okay. So we'll make note of the WebP issue.
Yeah.
So can you try a different image type, Isham?
Sure. What image I will try?
You can try any PNG or any JPG. Maybe you can take a screenshot of the same cat.
Yeah.
Then when you
Yeah.
take a screenshot, it's going to be PNG, right? You can use that one.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Download this.
All right.
My screen is visible right now, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, I will try. 1, 2, 3, go. Done. Even with the PNG, it did 20 out of 100.
Still, the number of steps is like 1. I mean, it's like for that particular image, there must be something wrong.
Yeah. We need
That's
to.
one again.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try a different image. We can try a different image.
I'm wondering if it's the image or if it's the model type. If the pipeline is not working.
This is
correctly.
ResNet 18, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is the whole point of beta test, right? Work out the bugs.
It did the same. The scores are same.
Are the steps the same? No. So the
Even
steps are
step
growing.
also.
Okay, so I'm wondering if that's a report issue, Nizam, because if you go back up,
Yeah.
scroll up, Isham, up,
Yep.
keep going, up, up, right there. If you look at the steps
Also,
here,
80.
yeah, okay, so it's yeah. I'm wondering if we're having an issue with the steps on this, if it's the model or the image, right? So that's something that we need to capture and check again.
I'm trying the same image with a different model, and let me see like if it is.
Can you share your screen, Nizam?
Yeah.
So from a usability perspective, Isham, what's your take?
It's very easy to use. Just I need to pass in the name of the model and pretty easy. It's straightforward.
Right. So
And
I'm trying to
now
make
the
it
matrix, this matrix, maybe I'll not be able to. I'll just feed it into the LLM and it will break down more for me.
right. right. But no, so like we spoke to previously, just something to help the users in the community or the engineers in the community to kind of enhance their skill set with regards to, or enhance their tool set with regards to tools and solutions that can help them put out better, higher quality models, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, we could let you go,
So the
Isham. Thank you again for your
models
Oh, I'm
can be
sorry.
more.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So this way, models can be more. They can focus more on better quality images for training and all. So it
Correct.
will be, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, so if it forces focus more toward the data science aspect of AI, right? So how are, these certain features of these images impacting the performance of my model from a security perspective, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think you
And so
showed me before also long back, if I'm not
I
wrong.
did. I did. I
Yes,
did.
long
This
back.
is what I told you. Yeah. Yeah, I
Nice,
did. So
nice.
this is what we were working on because, this is what we use in our model training, right? This is actually the robustness scenario, or this robustness testing is actually built into our model training pipeline. So when we train a model, it goes through this. So we get this report at the end for each of the models that we train, right? And so
Right.
we just thought, hey, man, this would be a cool tool to, kind of push out there to the developer community, let them use it, this, that, and the other.
Amazing, amazing.
Also, I mean, like we spoke to in the beginning, if you're a student or a junior dev, this may be a way for you to make some extra money, right? So you could offer this as a, hey, I could test the
Yep,
robustness of your model, and
yep.
provide you a report for $5, whatever, something small, right? Tiger
Right.
cat, see that
So
one?
the original image is actually, the label is tiger cat. That's the reason why it was failing. So
Can you try that
uh,
again?
so yeah, so I have a record for the same. Let me show you that. Uh, this is the
So
report when I
there
tried
it
tiger
is.
cat.
Okay,
So
okay.
we have 38 out of 100, and
So it was a
three of them
label
are high.
issue,
It was a label. So
right?
we must. It is better if we use it like we try the model first in Hugging Face
First in
with
Hugging
the
Face
image
to
that we
get
want
the
to
correct
try and
labels.
get the correct label, put it there. Then it's going to be. So we can see like we were able to two,
It
which
broke
is
on two
wrong.
steps. Yeah.
Yeah. Then another one medium, also two. Then this is first step itself is just broken. Egyptian cat like for CWR attack.
Yeah. Step one, it busted.
Contrast attack also like a
Fourth,
fourth step. We were able to break it actually.
right.
This model definitely requires very high number of adversarial images.
Yeah, you need to add
Yeah,
a
yeah,
large number of adversarial images, right?
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think the key, and I'm glad we went through this live, Isham.
Hmm.
I think the key is
Yes.
just understanding what is the actual label that the model is going to put out for that, and then
And
using
then we
that
need to
label.
test it. Okay.
Correct, correct, correct. So I mean, once again, this is the whole purpose of beta testing and finding this stuff out, right? You see
Yep.
where your gaps and blind spots are. So I think in the video, in the user video, Nizam, let's just
Hmm.
add the criticality of getting the proper label,
Yeah, yeah,
right? To just to
yeah, yeah.
make sure
Makes
that
sense. Mhm.
everything's functioning properly, because obviously if you're using a different label, then the model's going to break.
And also we
And
can
even if
show
you're
the
doing it from a
user.
dev perspective, yeah. And even
Absolutely,
if you're
yeah.
doing it from a dev perspective, like it's what you're capturing from that JSON out
Hmm. Hmm.
in the model
Yeah.
response, that's going to determine, the application. So,
Hmm.
or the results of the application. Good stuff. Any other comments,
Amazing.
questions, feedback, Isham?
And that's
Uh,
about it.
Good stuff. So then I have two questions or three questions for you. Um,
Sure.
Do you think this is something that you'll be using in the future to test CV
Yeah,
models?
for sure I'll be using definitely.
Right, because you get the free report and everything. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So that, and is it something that you would, actually recommend to junior devs and maybe non-technical people to kind of understand?
Yeah, I mean, it's
the
very
importance of
easy to
robustness?
give them, introduce to them, and then definitely it will be very helpful for them to train their models, even for their assignments and all.
Correct, for their school
Yep,
assignments and stuff.
yep.
Wonderful stuff. Well, we're going to go
And
ahead and take
definitely, I
another
will
break.
share with everyone who I know.
Thank you. I
Thank you
always
so much.
love what you and Yazin and Mohammed Yasser have going on in the and love actually have going on in the Coders HQ community. Thank you again, to Mohammed Arshad and team from the DDS community for supporting us. I honestly, you know, hand I give all credit to God, obviously, for the success that we've had, but definitely for the you and Muhammad Yasser and Muhammad Arshad in the DDS community. Like, you guys have definitely been supporters, and I always see you as my little brother. So
Great to know
anything I
that.
can do to anything I can do to help you guys out, we definitely
Amazing,
appreciate it.
amazing. Great to know.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone. So, go ahead, keep testing, keep, providing your feedback. Please feel
Sure,
free to,
sure.
dump your feedback in the chat if possible. And we're going to go ahead and take another break, and we'll come back shortly with, some more talking points. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Isham.
Bye bye.
Hey,
Hey, everybody. So we're kind of back on. We want to do another walkthrough just to, kind of clear up if there are any, outstanding questions or, outlying questions on, how to actually use the solution again. Nizam did the walkthrough previously, then we walked through again with Isham, but I just want to go ahead and, clear up for the user any questions they may have with regards to, labels, getting the correct labels to ensure that the model is properly tested, right?
yeah. So what I'll be showing is like we have been getting reports about the error. So one issue that we had was like not putting the correct label for the highest confidence of that particular model. So I'll show you how it's going to work and how it's supposed to be. So let me share the screen. Are you able to see the screen now?
We are.
All right.
Can you start with the hugging face thing to make sure that
Yes. So let's we support all the models, all the computer vision models from Hugging Face. So how you can get the model is like you can just filter it by image classification in
show your
Hugging
Hugging Face again?
Face
But I mean, from
as
a
you,
testing perspective, to get the correct label.
yeah. So for let's say that we have to try this ResNet model, and what we can do is like we can copy the model name from here. But before that, check if you have an image for the test, open the model in Hugging Face first. So it's going to give us the exact label that we need to put in the Talon. So here I'm trying with this cat image, and actually, even though it is a cat, the ResNet 18 model detected it as a tiger cat. So this is the starting label that we have to put in.
That's the initial label that model was trained on, right?
Yes. So what we'll do is like I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it in our platform. So starting label will be tiger cat. So again, I have copied the model name, which I'm going to put in the model path. Then again, we'll put the right. Then use the same image, which we have tried from the Hugging Face, and that's it. You can click the initialize analysis and it's going to do the processing. As you can see that the processing has finished. You can download it and let's see how is the report. So here for that particular image, which was a cat, we got 32 out of 100. That means like it has 3 high vulnerabilities and 2 medium vulnerabilities. We can go and check the details. It got only median score in terms of FGSM. Then PGD also median. For CW contrast blur, all these shows that it is highly vulnerable for this type of attacks. We can check why it happened. So here, it was able to break the model at first step itself.
At the first step.
First step. So that means like the initial classification was a tiger cat, and in the second step, we have just added a little bit of FGSM, which is a noise, and changed the prediction to lynx cat mount. That means like we have to add more adversarial images in this particular type to the data set if you want to get high accuracy. Also, it is the same. We got to break the image on the second step itself. It was tiger cat originally, then finally on the second step itself, it's Egyptian cat. That's all good. So we have to add more adversarial images of this particular cat. If you wonder how we can rectify it, CW analysis, it is the same.
I'm sorry.
CW and attack analysis as well, like the first step itself that is broken. So we haven't even made any like significant change to the image, but on first step, the model is broken. It is the same in case of contrast attack analysis. Even here, but at least we could go up to 15 blur attack. So this is how we can improve our model. So let's say that if you want to fine tune a model, in this case ResNet, what you can do is like you can check the score of each categories and add more images using that particular
attack method
attack method.
Correct. Yeah, and then you can retest it to get your robustness score up.
Basically, this is the reason why we have built this tool, and we have our interceptability model, and we found that even though it is number one, we had several inferences, vulnerabilities, right? Correct. So in our latest model, we were able to rectify most of the issues that we were having because we used this tool.
This tool to test the robustness. Absolutely correct. Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you again, man. So I want to bring in our COO, Bobbi, to kind of discuss the critical importance of this type of training and how it impacts, us on the real world, right? So let's bring in Bobbi. Let me bring her forward.
All right.
Nizam, can you put?
Hi. Before we get into that, I just wanted to add, I think Nizam explained it, but as a somewhat less technical user, the importance of getting the correct label for the image that you're testing. So unfortunately, not all models are created equally. So I was testing a model, for example, facial recognition, like emotion detection. And so I used the label angry, and I had an image of an angry person, but it was classified, the model itself was classifying the image as neutral. So the robustness wasn't picking up because the labels weren't matching. But once I saw that the model itself was labeling the image as neutral, if I changed the label to neutral, then the robustness went through and it classified it. So be careful. I think test you can test the model stand alone on its own to make sure you have the right label first, or that could potentially cause some issues there. But beyond that, I think this is a really great tool. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about adversarial attacks, and because I think when we're building products, we think about what problem can I solve? How can I, classify? Is this? I think the big example we hear about a lot is this a stop sign or a speed limit sign for autonomous vehicles? So we're trying to solve that problem, not thinking about what happens if someone is able to trick the model into saying, this is not a stop sign, well, if you're in an autonomous vehicles and you trick the model that's supposed to be checking for that, you could blast through a stop sign and cause an accident, and that's a real world problem. But not even just that. I mean, think about there's a whole, different selection of computer vision tasks. In the manufacturing space, they're using computer vision models to check product quality. So, say if you're a competing manufacturer and you are able to attack the models that your competitor is using, and you trick it into letting bad products through, that could cause safety issues for the end consumer, and potentially, lawsuits, millions of dollars, a complete shutdown of your business. So, we like to think everybody is on the up and up, but the fact is that they're not. There are bad actors out there that are creating adversarial attacks against computer vision models, to get at a goal, to either cause the model to incorrectly predict and cause problems for the people that are using it. But potentially, too, they may just be attacking it to find out what the vulnerabilities are, and it could open, the organization who's using it up to data leakage and data theft, creating an avenue for people to get, into the model itself and find out, the underlying data sources behind it. So it's something that, as a developer and as the development community and builder of products, even if you're not into the code yourself, but you're on the team, the product team, this is something that you should always be asking yourself is, what are some ways that people might be able to get this model to behave in a way that it is not designed for, and how can we protect against that? So that's really the guiding force behind this. Is we want people to build good products and safe products, and what we can do to help is making this TALON robustness testing available. So you can see, is there something that maybe we weren't thinking about that we need to go back and add into our training? And if you'll see the report that gets generated, there are some warnings. Like, I don't know if we have, Nizam, can you share one of like the very low scoring reports? But, at the bottom, because there is, a warning like, hey, you should not deploy this into production. It is not safe. And it'll tell you why. Like I think Nizam mentioned earlier, for anybody who missed it, it will tell you, hey, this is an area of concern. Maybe you need to go and add some of these types of images into your training cycle, so your model can handle this type of attack that we know is available. So it's because I think AI is not necessarily new, but it's really exploding, and people are really building, just building things, which is great. That it's like building stuff comes first, security comes later. So this is more of a how can we, be more secure, and build safer things. So we have a question. What is the relevance for using TALON to assess models for medical diagnosis? So, I mean, obviously in the medical field, it's extremely important because you have people's lives and health on the line. So computer vision, I think, is now even routinely being used to scan X-rays for people with lung conditions. So looking for, different types of lung cancer, tuberculosis, any types of diseases in that area. So what it could, potentially do is cause, a critical diagnosis to be missed, putting a patient at risk, or even cause, on the other end of that, cause it to flag, things that aren't there and requiring more, human scrutinization that, maybe that the medical office or practitioners are not have the capacity to do, and putting a strain on the medical system, which ultimately causes a strain for all of the underlying patients, and overall reduction in quality of care. So thank you for that question. Appreciate that. So again, it is just an exercise to start thinking about that importance. So any other questions, just let us know. But otherwise, I think we'll go back to the leaderboard. And thank you, everybody, for your testing. And
And our girls are blackbirds, riding with they diligence. Kid more than deaf if you boys really know. It's now the squid up, hold up.
Hello, I just wanted to jump back on right quick and thank everybody for participating. We still have 15 minutes left. So, please go ahead, hack away at it, load up the models, bust them up, see what you come up with. Excuse me. Once again, we'd like to thank the Coders HQ community, Isham, Muhammad Yasser, Yazin, Love, the entire team there, as well as the DDS community, Muhammad Arshad, Sadia, huge supporters, huge fans. Thank you again for, allowing us to, work with you and partner with you, as well as, be members of the community. So, this is where it's built, ground up, and it's events like this, build events, hackathons, testing events that kind of foster the growth of this entire ecosystem, and doesn't allow it to I guess contract into just being able to come out from big tech. So huge fans of the open source community. Definitely grateful to Hugging Face for all they've done to push the AI domain that much further. Once again, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, observations, please do not hesitate. You're not going to hurt our feelings. If you post the images, the error messages, or questions, comments, or observations into the chat, that would be most beneficial to us, and we will definitely be grateful. We are not looking for perfection; we're looking for better. So anything that any opinions or information that you may have that can help us make the solution better, easier, faster. We get a lot of use cases. There's a couple of use cases that we spoke to coming in, but I think Another one is from a product testing perspective, right? So whether you're a developer or work on product or involved in product testing, this is definitely one of the things that a solution like this you could consider implementing into your tech stack, right? Into your testing stack to ensure that the models coming out are do meet a certain robustness minimum. That metric can be set by your company based on the competencies and resources that you have available. But that's just another methodology to kind of help our domain, meaning the AI domain, deliver higher quality solutions. Obviously, right? More optimized, higher quality. And when you start getting into what are the real world impacts, I think Bobbi spoke to a lot of those. Myself and Nizam spoke to those previously. It's whatever you can come up with that you see that computer vision is used in the world. All of those run on task specific models, and if there's a way to make those models more robust, more resistant to the various attack vectors that we go through in with Talon, then we all kind of win collectively, right? So just based on the I guess knowledge elasticity factor, right? You have somebody makes a step forward in this space, and then the rest of the market kind of contracts back to it. Basically that stretch function. So I think it's incumbent upon us being in this space, being developers, being engineers, being practitioners, being founders, to kind of push that yes, AI is good, yes, it can be used for good, and there are so many cases available, but we can do this responsibly as well. So there's contrary to whatever the narrative may be put out there currently, but there doesn't have to be that much of a trade-off, right? We can develop and deploy robust leading edge secure applications for the public better, for the safety and protection of our users, for the convenience and ease of use, or usability of our users, of our consumers, of our clients, customers, right? But that starts with us, and that starts with understanding what's actually happening under the hood. And I would implore any of you with any questions from a business perspective, maybe not necessarily so technically inclined, to enroll in some of the courses that Decoding Data Science has to offer, to actually learn the foundations from the ground up, to communicate and contribute to wonderful communities like Coders HQ, to share your knowledge, to kind of be just more involved and more aware of what's going on and what is impacting our world, right? Because AI is, what did they say previously? Software is eating the world. Well, I mean, I feel like AI currently is eating the world, and if that's something that you feel like you want to be a part of, whether you want to make money, just want to develop your own stuff, just want to learn, just want to apply AI for your own automation or augmentation purposes, that's highly encouraged. I think you're going to be better off for it in the future, to understand the nuances with surrounding these technologies, because they are great, but they are horrible at the same time. It can be used across the board. So to be able to understand how these models work, and what the impacts are, and how you can harden them, and how you can make them better, more adaptable, I think is a great skill set for the majority of the generations of the future to have. It's going to be needed. So that's kind of my 2 cents and my rambling on about the state of AI in the future. But I do honestly encourage developers and engineers and data scientists to dig deeper into your craft, get better at your craft, offer more robust, more viable, more easy to use solutions that make adoption, make security, make accuracy, ease of use that much easier, that much better, right? Because that's kind of the whole nature. There is no end, right? Your software can always be optimized. Your models can always be optimized. Your applications can always be more secure. Your UI can be much more user friendly. There's kind of no bottom or no top, however you want to look at it, to the efforts that you can put into the development practices. And I'll continue to say, it doesn't have to be pretty the first time out. Just get it out, get user feedback, get it functional, get it better, and keep the iteration process going. That's how most great solutions are built. You look at Google search, same thing. You look at all the different platforms we use now, those are just amalgamations of lessons learned from previous iterations of previous applications that those teams, those founders, those engineering groups that they've built upon. I mean, if you look at the current state of AI right now with the transformers, everything is transformer based now. Well, not everything, but most of the LLM space, most of that multimodal space is transformer based. Well, that's built on a technology that was deployed by Google or published by Google in 2017, 2018. So we are all just kind of stacking on top of what someone's done before us, and that's a great thing. But like I said, it's incumbent upon us as the deliverers of these solutions to ensure that we don't just iterate in tangents. Well, this transformer is going to be used to do this and this, but also to make it better, to make it more secure, to make it more stable, to make it more accurate, safer, things like that. I think that's basically our job as leaders and practitioners in this space, and that's what we at FalconsAI strive to do. Hence, us building this solution and offering it to be publicly available. And so I do want to bring Nizam back in. We've got like 7 more minutes, and I'll let him kind of highlight once again the features and the functionality of the solution and talk about his perspective on where he would use this. So Nizam, you want to jump back in here?
Yeah. So,
There we go.
all right. So we will keep this beta open for a couple more days. So if anybody were not able to test this today, they can reach us. And I'll keep the email address in the chat. They can reach us if they have any doubts, or they will be able to use this for free for coming in 2 days.
Correct. I'll go ahead and paste the email in the chat. So if you have any questions, comments, observations, just go ahead and reach out to us. It's hello, basically. Hello at FalconsAI. Easy to remember, right? Both of them are domain names.
Any suggestion, any feedback, all are welcome.
But yeah, so we'll actually be shutting down the stream here shortly. But to Nizam's point, we're going to leave the beta open for a couple more days just to get some more feedback and elicit some more use cases and kind of hammer the solution as well as these models, so we can find out who's good and who's not from a robustness perspective. This is also something that we look at potential integration into other platforms moving forward. I think that's the key, because we're all trying to contribute to the open source community to once again push our domain forward. Nizam, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think thank you so much for everyone who have tried the platform, and we are really expecting the feedback from you guys. And we couldn't have done it without you guys from Codesys HQ and Decoding Data Science.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and shut down the stream. Thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Nizam. Thank you, Bobbi. Thank you,
Thank you so
Isham.
much.
Thank you to everybody that was out here testing and just trying to push our domain forward. So once again, we look forward to hearing from you and look for some more great things moving forward. So from the team here at FalconsAI, I'm Mike Stattelman.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Take care, everyone.